Hello. So, okay, we're going to look at Jasmine's PowerPoint now. So she also used the K.6 as her learning objective. So we have our standard and our substandard, the same as everybody else's. So I'm not going to waste my time on that. Let's go to her next slide. So her level of cognition, she chose remember. Ooh, interesting. Level of cognition used is identify and explanation. I chose the remember level of Bloom's taxonomy because the standard asks students to identify important holidays. Okay, this is really interesting. I actually would not have thought about remember, but I think that this is a really valid level of cognition. And I love this point that she makes here. Kindergarten students are not expected to deeply analyze historical events yet, but they are able to remember and recognize, wow, okay, so that actually makes me think of that this is a really accurate level of cognition, because that's a really great point. And like I said in my other review, is that I did kind of struggle with the iPedagogy wheel and some of the Bloom's taxonomy because of the kindergarten age level, because they are so young. So I really like what she chose, and I really like her explanation. I think that's really illuminating. So that's definitely something for me to dig into deeper for my own. So content, preserve meaning of the standard. I also like that she keeps these really short. I think I was a little long-winded in mine, but she did a really great job of that. So content phrase, purposes and historical figures honored in major commemorative holidays. So this standard mainly focuses on knowledge because students are learning facts about historical holidays. My wording keeps the same meaning as the original standard by focusing on the purpose of the holidays and the historical figures or events they honor. Avoided adding verbs or measurement language so that the content stays focused on only the topic being learned. Wow, okay. That's also great. I really like this too. So instead of using sort of single nouns and then verbs, like the single noun makes the verb, she avoided using verbs in general for the measurement language so that the content stays focused. I like that. Again, she really tailored this to kindergarten. I think that's really, really great because I think kindergarten we all thought was going to be an easier grade level. And it's actually quite difficult because they are so little. So it is kind of hard to measure them or be able to kind of create sort of these fictional curriculums for them because they are so little. And so I really, really like how she said she avoided adding verbs or measurement language so it stays focused on the topic. I really, really like that. And it's definitely something that I'm going to think of moving forward. That was great. Wow. Okay. So, product identification, matching or listing. Again, totally age appropriate, totally grade appropriate. I think those are fantastic. I think I've said before about the iPedagogy wheel, and she brings it right now. Which again, kind of solidifies that I think she did choose the right, possibly, I mean, I know there's no really right or wrong, but a more accurate Bloom's taxonomy in Remember because of the iPedagogy wheel, which uses identify, match, and list. Written as verbs to describe action students perform during learning. And a single noun, changing the verbs into nouns. For example, identify became identification. Okay, super smart. Love it. Match became matching. All right, list became listing. I love this. These nouns represent completed intellectual evidence of students' thinking and can be used as accessible products that show students are able to remember and recognize. Wholeheartedly agree. Wow. Okay, this is great. This clarified some things for me, and I love what she said. I love how she did this. This is really, really good. I love that she took a verb and turned it into a noun instead of taking the noun and showing like this noun needs this verb to make this noun solidify. She just turned it into a noun, which I think is so cool and so smart. And again, something that I wish I would have done. Fantastic. Okay. Degree of mastery. Including 4 out of 5 commemorative holidays. So chosen numbers represent a strong level of understanding for kindergarten students. If students can correctly identify the purpose of their historical figure connected to the 4 out of 5 holidays. Yeah, wow, she did a great job with this. Like, I'm really struggling finding any sort of constructive criticism at all. And I really genuinely wish that I would have looked at this before I did mine, because wow, this is really, really great. I like 4 out of 5. You're right. That really brings a strong knowledge. I like that she made it, again, accessible for kindergartners, easy for kindergartners, something that is age and grade appropriate. Yeah, no notes. Scholars will be able to identify purposes of historical figures honored in major commemorative holidays through identification, matching, or listing. Yeah, genuinely. This was great. I don't have any notes for her. Again, I wish that I would have looked at this before I done mine. She made this really digestible. She made this really understandable. She broke this down in a way that I wish I would have seen prior to mine or understood more when I did mine. Because it was quite confusing in how the directions were worded, but this was beautiful. So yeah, I think she did a wonderful job. I totally get what she's trying to do, and I think she absolutely nailed the content standard. So great work.